What the hell is that?
On our 6!
Holy shit.
I believe that the answers we both seek lie here. Remnants of an ancient civilization. Guard their technology with the most fearsome of creatures. But now, you ready? Let's go.
Imagine going on a military mission with your team, but then a strong storm hits, or you and your team are taken to another world full of dangerous and terrifying monsters, and team members start dying one after another. Will you be able to save yourself or escape this world? Or will you meet the same fate as your team members and die at the hands of the monsters? We'll find out all this in the movie. The movie's story begins in the New World, where we see a ship sailing through the desert, and the sand was like water. On board was a person named Admiral and his friends. But suddenly, strange and ferocious animals appeared, known as Diablo's monsters. They attacked the ship, causing it to lose balance, partially break, and some passengers fell off. Now, we return to the natural world and see the Alpha Team vehicles moving through the desert, led by their leader, Natalie. She was listening to a radio call from Bravo Team, who were requesting help because a storm was heading their way. Here, Officer Marshall came and told Natalie that Officer Link found something strange half a kilometer away. Natalie got into the vehicle driven by Sergeant Davis, and they reached Link's location. Natalie asked him, "What did you find?"
Link, what'd you find?
And he showed her strange tracks on the ground. He told her, I think these are the tracks of Bravo Team's vehicles.
Definitely Bravo Team. But the tracks end here.
Then one of the soldiers said, "There's something strange coming."
We've got something. Incoming. On your 12.
Where the hell did that come from?
They looked ahead and saw a storm approaching. They got into their cars and fled, but the storm caught up with them and they were inside it. Then electrical sparks appeared, and they couldn't see the road, causing an accident and their vehicles to overturn. Suddenly, the storm had disappeared. They got out of the vehicles, and fortunately they weren't hurt. But here they noticed that the place had changed. The sand had increased, and its color turned white. Here, Natalie looked at the map and couldn't recognize where they were. The officers were surprised because they had traveled a long distance in just a few minutes.
Where the hell are we? How do we get so far from the road?
I don't know.
Then, Natalie and the other officers climbed a hill and saw Bravo Team's vehicle, and the soldiers in it were burned in a strange way. Natalie and the officers couldn't determine how the soldiers died. So Natalie said, "We need to move immediately."
We need to get moving.
They got into their vehicles, drove until they saw the bones of a very large animal. They were shocked by its size. Meanwhile, the hunter who fell from the ship was standing on a high place. He threw an arrow to signal them, but they thought he was an enemy and started shooting at him. The hunter hid and avoided the bullets. Then Natalie ordered them to stop firing and said, "The arrow is just a signal." They looked back and saw something strange moving underground. It was coming towards them, and they immediately prepared their weapons and started shooting at it. But it was all in vain because this creature was the giant Diablo's monster. It approached them, emerged from the ground, overturned their vehicles, and the monster came close to the vehicle. Grabbed one of the soldiers and stabbed him with its sharp limbs. The soldier decided to save his friends, unbuckled his belt, threw himself at the monster, and exploded. But the monster wasn't affected by the explosion at all. Natalie took the opportunity and escaped. She and the others entered one of the caves. The monster followed them but couldn't enter, so it left. At night, Davis was scared and said, "We're going to die here."
Oh my God, we're gonna die here.
Natalie tried to calm her down and said, "We're soldiers and we have to fight."
Now I've got 3 left. What about you?
Suddenly, a different, smaller monster appeared and grabbed Natalie, choking her. The officers shot at it, making it release her, but she lost consciousness. They tried to wake her up but couldn't. Suddenly, a group of monsters appeared, and the officers had to leave Natalie and run away. The monsters chased them and grabbed Marshall, killing him.
Marshall!
At this time, Natalie regained consciousness. tried to get up, but saw the monster in front of her, which took her and imprisoned her in their cave. Natalie managed to free herself. She saw her entire team imprisoned in the cave. She took her bag, lit a torch, and kept walking. Suddenly, Link appeared in front of her, surprised she was still alive. He said, I feel pain in my chest and can't feel my arms, so they must have poisoned my body.
What is it? What is it?
Pain in my chest. Can't feel my arm.
Natalie told him, you have to endure the pain until the poison wears off. She took him and tried to get out of the cave, but Link couldn't continue and sat on the ground. Here, the monster appeared and grabbed Link, heading towards Natalie, but she threw fire at it, burning it, and quickly escaped. The monster kept following her, and Natalie kept running until she reached the cave's opening and got out. The monsters wanted to follow her, but they couldn't because the sun was too strong, so they went back inside. Natalie kept walking until she reached the wrecked ship. She searched the boxes for water, but didn't find any. Here, she sensed movement, and suddenly the hunter appeared, putting a dagger to her neck. She turned and started fighting him, took the dagger from him, and stabbed him, but he wasn't hurt. He hit her hard, knocking her to the ground. He tied her hands and took her to a high place. At this moment, she looked down and saw the monsters starting to appear because the sun had set. The hunter took her to a secret hideout and kept her tied up. Later, he was making medicine and applied it to his wound. Natalie took the opportunity to untie her hands but didn't show him that she had untied them. Then they slept. In the morning, the hunter left the hideout, looked down, and saw the giant monster roaming the desert. He went back inside. He was surprised to see Natalie missing. She appeared from behind, hit him on the head, and tied him up. She wanted to drink his water, but he pushed the jug away. She got angry, took a stick, and started breaking the statues. The hunter started screaming because those statues were important to him. He quickly untied himself and fought with Natalie until they went outside. The hunter fell into the monster cave's opening by mistake, and the monsters came to take him. But Natalie saved him at the last moment and pulled him out of the cave. She returned the dagger to him and said, "I'm not your enemy." She took out chocolate from her pocket. He ate it and was amazed by its taste. He then took out a water bottle and gave it to Natalie. She was happy because she was very thirsty. Then they went down, and Natalie pointed to her vehicle and said, "I have weapons there. We need to get them, but because of the Diablos monster, we can't go."
I have weapons. Diablos. Need to go there.
The hunter took her up and stood at the monster cave's opening. He said, "The monsters inside are Nerskilla monsters, and they're poisonous. If we let them bite the Diablos monster, it will poison and kill it."
Diablo.
Natalie said, "That's a smart plan. We need to execute it." Then Natalie waited for night to come. She stood near the cave and started singing loudly. The Nerskilla monster heard her and came out of the cave, chasing her. She started running, and the monster ran after her. It fell into the trap set by the hunter and got tangled in the ropes. The hunter came down, cut off one of the monster's limbs, took the severed limb, and ran away. He and Natalie went to the hideout. Natalie asked the hunter about the statues. He told her, "Those are my mother and father." Natalie apologized for trying to break them. The next day, Natalie and the hunter prepared for the plan. The hunter took a part of the arrow from the severed limb of the Nerskilla monster and wrapped it around the arrow. Then they went to the wrecked ship, took weapons and tools from the boxes there. When they were ready, they threw a box into the desert. The monster went towards the box and saw Natalie and the hunter, so it started chasing them. They quickly went to the vehicle, and the monster followed them. The hunter shot the poisoned arrow at the monster. At the same time, Natalie started shooting fire at the monster with her weapon. Now we see the poison taking effect, but the monster wasn't affected. It attacked the car and threw it away. The hunter climbed onto the monster's back and stabbed it with a sword, but the monster threw him off. Then Natalie bravely ran at high speed, climbed onto the monster, stabbed it hard with a sword, and killed it. She went to find the hunter and found him unconscious. She dragged him with a rope and kept walking. Here, she fell asleep. When she woke up, she saw the sand covering the hunter. She pulled him out of the sand. The hunter suddenly woke up, got up, and kept walking with Natalie until they reached a place with trees and daylight. They sat there and started grilling meat and eating. At night, they slept in the forest. Suddenly, a flying monster appeared above them, and they sensed it. They immediately got up. The forest started moving at that moment. The hunter told Natalie, "That's a Rathalos monster."
What's going on?
At that moment, a group of monsters came towards them. Natalie and the hunter fell to the ground. Admiral appeared from above. He was very strong. He struck the ground with his fiery staff, scaring the monsters away because they fear fire. Natalie took the fiery swords she got from the ship to protect herself. The hunter was running through the forest and reached the hill's end. The monster came after him, but at the last moment, a member of his tribe arrived holding onto a rope. She pulled the hunter and saved him from the monsters. At the same time, Natalie and Admiral managed to drive the monsters away from the area. Natalie thanked Admiral for helping her.
Thank you.
Don't thank me yet.
But he hit her on the head, causing her to lose consciousness. When she woke up, she found herself locked in a cage. They were looking at her as if she were a strange creature. When they left, she saw a door under the cage, broke the lock, went down, and found a cooking area. When she decided to leave, suddenly a large cat appeared in front of her, holding a knife. The hunter came and took Natalie. Natalie asked him, "What is this creature?"
What is that?
He said, "But this cat is called Palico, and he's our cook." Then Admiral unlocked the chains binding Natalie and said, "The hunter told me I misjudged you, so I apologize."
But I might even owe you an apology.
Natalie asked him, "How did I get here?" He opened his book and said, "At the top of this mountain is a tower called the Sky Tower."
At the peak of that mountain lies the Sky Tower.
Remnants of an ancient civilization that was advanced and very dangerous. I heard that the ancients could travel between worlds, and I believe that's the purpose of the Sky Tower, which brought you here. Natalie asked about the ancient civilization, and he said, "They destroyed themselves, and their technology turned against them. I was on my way to the Sky Tower to prevent a repeat of what happened to the ancient civilization, because an open portal between worlds is dangerous. But on the way, we encountered the Diablos monster, and because of it, the hunter fell from the ship and lost his way. But now it's time to return, complete the mission, and go to the Sky Tower. If you help us with this mission, we'll help you return to your world."
You help us with the battle ahead, perhaps we can help you get home.
Natalie agreed. In the morning, Admiral took Natalie and the rest of the friends and set off. They kept walking and reached the Sky Tower. When they entered the bridge, a Rathalos monster appeared. They fought with all their might. After a long battle, Rathalos pushed Natalie and she fell into an electrical storm, which sent her back to her world. Here, a helicopter arrived and American soldiers got out. They took Natalie to the helicopter.
Vulcan Maine, this is Red Wolf.
She thought she had escaped the monster world, but suddenly Rathalos appeared, attacked the helicopter, and knocked it down. We know it entered the natural world and started destroying the place, breaking everything in its path. Natalie went to the plane's box, took a flare, and stood in front of the monster. When it opened its mouth, she lit the fire, put it in the weapon, and shot it at the monster, hitting it. It fell to the ground. Natalie thought she had gotten rid of it, but it got up and attacked her again. Here, the hunter appeared, shooting arrows at the monster until he defeated it. Natalie went to him and thanked him. At this moment, Admiral arrived and told Natalie, "We came here to save you from the monster that came from our world." Suddenly, the storm reappeared, and the monsters entered the natural world. Natalie, Admiral, and the hunter stood in front of the storm, ready to fight together to defeat the monsters and save the worlds from them. And here is the end of the movie. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support us in continuing to provide content, and activate the bell to receive everything new. Subscribe to our other channels for more fun, and see you soon, God willing, with a new summary of a new movie or a new series in Espresso. Bye.